Hello, my name is Billy Clark. I'm going to tell you a little bit about British culture. I lived in Scotland for almost 2 years, and I fell in love with the beauty of the country and just how nice the people were. Some of the culture difference from America and Britain are the holidays and also their health care. I'm going to start off with telling you about their holidays, and then I'll tell you a bit about their health care. On November 5th is their bonfire night. The bonfire night come from back in 1605. The Catholics had plotted to blow up the English Parliament and King James I on the night that he was to open up Parliament. Because they didn't succeed in doing it, then King James I decided that he would call that bonfire night for his survival, and everybody celebrate by having fireworks and doing bonfires. Christmas in Britain is also celebrated a bit different than here in the States. In Britain, they really go all out in decorating their homes. They put up decorations on their ceilings and garland all throughout their house. Their Christmas meal is also a bit different than what we do here in the States. Their Christmas meal consists of, they cook every kind of meat possible. They have lamb, beef, pork, turkey, chicken. They also have just a couple of veggies. They have peas and corn, and they prepare the potatoes differently. Their Christmas dessert that they have is called Christmas pudding. It's sort of like our fruit cake with brandy. Then at the Christmas table, when they're setting up, they put crackers out, which is these things, and you pull them apart, and they make a noise, and they have jokes and candy, and then you have a Christmas hat, and you wear your Christmas hat at the dinner table. Another holiday in Britain is Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. Boxing Day come from being able to give to the poor. People would put out Christmas boxes in the church, and people in the church would fill it with candy or food or gifts, and then they would go around the day after Christmas and give those gifts to the poor. Also, Boxing Day come from the poorly paid workers that had to work on Christmas. So the day after Christmas, they would spend that day with their families, and their employers would give them a Christmas box to take home. The Christmas boxes are made out of wooden or clay, and like I said, they're placed in churches, or employers give them these Christmas boxes. Also, Easter is celebrated different. Here in the States, we give Easter baskets. In Britain, they don't do Easter baskets over there. They give out chocolate eggs. They have all kinds of chocolate eggs, small eggs, big eggs. They have Cadbury, Mars. It will have candy bars in it, or just extra little bags of candy. And all the kids get an Easter egg from everybody in the family, so they end up with loads of eggs. Also, each child will normally get a gift also on Easter. Halloween is another holiday over there that is a bit different. When the first Halloween over there that I took my girls out trick-or-treating was a bit of a shock. The girls got all dressed up and we went out, and the first door we came to, we rang the doorbell, and the lady goes, "Oh, come on in." And I was kind of like a bit weary at first, and she was like, "So, are you going to do a joke or a dance?" And my girls are looking at me like, so I ended up having to do the dance so they could get a treat, which was lots of fun. So it was a bit of a shock that people were so open into just letting you in their house. So I found that Halloween was very different. Then, so Britain has a lot of the same holidays that we have, but they also have some of the same holidays, but we just celebrate them a bit different. Then also, one of the other biggest cultural differences was their health care. When me and my family went across, I was 6 months pregnant with my baby, and as soon as we got there, I started looking for a doctor, and I soon found out that you had to see a midwife while you was pregnant there. That doctors didn't deliver your baby unless there was a complication. So we lived in a really small town, and the farther along that I got into my pregnancy, they told me that I would have to go to the city to have the baby, which was a 4-hour drive away. So we ended up having to take the plane down, which was a really small plane and was lots of fun flying. So we got to the city and we're going to check in, and I found out that I'm on a ward in a ward with 6 other women with only a curtain separating us. So the next day I delivered my baby, and the next day we were supposed to go home, and the day we were supposed to go home was the day that the terrorists drove their truck into the Glasgow airport in Scotland, so we couldn't go home. And then also the doctor had come in to see me that day and had told me that she was going to take the baby down to the registrar. So I thought that the registrar was a place where you go to check out the moms and babies. Then when my husband come in, he tells me that the registrar is the special baby unit. So we get all in a panic and we go downstairs because I didn't realize that she was in a baby unit. And we get down and she's all hooked up to these machines and everything, not realizing that anything was wrong with her. And the doctors that they have in charge of their baby unit are actually residents that are still in school, and these are their head doctors. So the doctor comes out and says that the baby has a bit of a cough, and that they just wanted to look her over, and then the baby's blood sugar drops. So they're panicking about that because she's not eating, because the midwife keeps wanting me to force her to eat. So finally, after 3 days of her being in the special care unit, and the experience with the great health care over there, we finally got to go back home to our lovely little town of Campbelltown.